he had these lumps here, and I took him to the doctors, and he said it was an ear infection, and it was the lymph nodes. He took some antibiotics and they didn't go away, and then he came to me late at night and he said, there's something wrong with my face. And I said, just go back to bed, we're seeing a specialist in the morning. And he came in the morning and his face was paralysed. He said it all went well, but there's a twist.
Oh my God, this is so sad.
He said he's got leukemia. And he said, there's no chance of it not being leukemia. And don't worry, because he's got a 60% chance of living. We'd had a really rough time. You know, Hunter came very close to not making it. And then after 2 months, about 8 weeks in hospital, one morning at 4 a.m. he started screaming and screaming, and he didn't stop. And his legs, his back, his legs, and his, from the legs down. And we found out that he had osteonecrosis from the waist down, and which is bone death.
I think the reality is when your child's sick, and especially when it's subjected to the amount of tests and you know, needles that they have to at that early part, you know, they're very delicate, and so his reaction wasn't his normal reaction. He's usually a very sunny, very bright, very, you know, boisterous person, and you can't contain him. But to see him sitting there, kind of not acknowledge your presence, but not really jump out of the bed or come up and, you know, start cuddling you, it was pretty hard to take, to be honest with you, because yeah, that's when you realise something's really wrong here. His light had gone out, and I walked out of that room. I had to leave. I walked to that room, and I just burst into tears in the hallway because, and to that point I hadn't done that before. But that's when I realised, wow, I might lose this beautiful boy. There's life inside him, and it's burning, and that gives you the strength to go on. It was just when the light dimmed that I started to get really worried. Admittedly, you know, we're only sort of 6 months fully out of treatment, but you know, every day is a blessing. It gives me great hope, not only for him, if anything ever happens, you know, touch wood, down the line, but to any other family that has, you know, has a child that maybe falls victim to something like leukemia or any other cancer for that matter. You know, it's the work that these brilliant minds of the CCIA are doing that I think is going to, you know, just change people's lives. And you know, they've already changed ours. The question is, I guess, how many more can they change